What's up, everybody? Time. 2 cases, 16 boxes, break number 853 BD. This is WWE Topps Finest. Got 2 cases on the table. We're going to get them both open right away. There's one. We're going to sit off to the side. We'll open this one first. Get out all 16 boxes. There's 8 and 8 is 16. Slide those down. Or 4 and 4. 4 and 4 is 8 on the first box. Yeah, I'm losing it. Bless you today, please. All right, I bless you. Alright, there's 4 more. Here's the other 4. All 16 can be seen by YouTube on the screen. All 16 boxes. Let's see some heat tonight. Got lots of big men and women for Joshua. Alright, there's all 16 for eBay. Here we go, guys. Box number 1. Let's go, Kofi. Got a Kofi fan. Here we go. 2, 4, 6 packs. Alright, box number 1, here we go. Box number 1. X-Fractor, that's CM Punk. X-Fractor, CM Punk. That's Gunther. The Ring General. That is on the Intimidators. I forgot, numbers are on the front. That is 43 out of 75 on the die cut. Intimidators, Solo Sikoa on the Refractor. That is Umaga on the Uncommon. Our first auto. That's a nice one to start us off. Orange Sol Ruka. Orange and black Topps Finest auto. Not numbered. This one is not numbered. Sol Ruka on the first auto. It is a base auto. I know that, Dan. That's why it's not numbered. At first I thought it was orange. Alright, we got Randy Orton. Randy Orton on the Refractor. Nikki Cross, 190 out of 199. Showstoppers of Lex Luger. That is JC Jane, 26 out of 50. 26 out of 50, JC Jane. Stevie Turner on the Uncommon. Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu on the case hit double exposure. Dude, that is sick. Nice hit. Very nice hit. Trish Stratus on the finishers. Roman Reigns on the rare. Channing Stacks Lorenz on the Uncommon. That's our first stack. Alright, second stack of box one. That is Alexa Bliss, 25 out of 149. 25 of 149. That is RVD on the Showstoppers. Alexa Bliss on the silver refractor full segment. That is Charlotte Flair on the uncommon. Charlotte Flair on the uncommon. Karrion Kross on the Attitudes refractor. Karrion Kross. Showstoppers. There is Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler. That is Stone Cold Steve Austin. 24 out of 75. Michelle McCool on this uncommon. That is Oba Femi. Oba Femi on the finest base auto. This one is not numbered. Refractor auto. That is X-Pac, 70 out of 149. Intimidators of Damian Priest. That is a rare Paul Bearer. Ricky Saints uncommon. And that is box number one. Box number two. Alright, box number two. Here we go. Montez Ford on the refractor. Intimidators of Diesel. Batista, 29 out of 75. 29 of 75. Diesel on the uncommon. Our next auto, that is Trick Williams, 4 out of 25. 4 out of 25 on the Finest Masters auto. Trick Williams. Behind that is a nice die cut of Asuka. Die cut of Asuka, 89 out of 99. 89 of 99. Roman Reigns on the turn. That is Dragon Lee on the rare. Idris Inofi on the uncommon. There's Joe Gacy on the X-Fractor. Joe Gacy X-Fractor. That is 12 out of 25 on the Showstoppers, Rey Mysterio. Alright, the real man. Refractor of the Showstoppers RVD. Lexus King on the uncommon. Our next auto is 8 out of 10 on the finest moments. Kofi Kingston. Who asked for Kofi? Who asked for Kofi? Kofi Kingston auto 8 out of 10. That's nice. That's real nice. There you go, Dan. 8 out of 25. That's a sick auto, bro. Sick auto. Refractor of Tank Ledger. That is Jade Cargill, 105 of 199. Cody on the Showstoppers. That is Yokozuna, 10 out of 25. 10 out of 25, Yoko. There's Farouk on the uncommon. Finishers of The Miz. Rare of Rhea Ripley. El Grande Americano on the uncommon. 129 out of 199. That is Yokozuna. On the X-Fractor, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Refractor on the Intimidators, Stone Cold. Ashante Adonis uncommon. That is box number 2. You're asking for Jada, and this is thanking me in advance. Okay. Box number 3. Box number 3. Refractor of Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons. Finishers of KO. There's KO. That is 33 out of 75. 33 of 75. Carly Bright on the uncommon. Next auto. That is part of, well, I don't know if Fraxium's even together anymore. I haven't seen them wrestle together in a while, but there's Nathan Frazier on the Masters. That is a base auto Masters. Naomi, 145 out of 199. Intimidators of Gunther. Damian Priest on the rare. Ivy Nile on the uncommon. That's an X-Fractor of Sheamus. We got a die cut of Gunther, another one. This one is 50 out of 75 this time. 50 out of 75. Psycho Sid on the Intimidators Refractor. Sol Ruka on the uncommon. All right, there's Torrey Wilson to start off this next stack. And our next auto, bang. How about the True Vision, Braun Breaker. Finest Moments, Braun Breaker, the True Vision of Paul Heyman. This is, I think he won when he won his first title. There we go. Braun Breaker on the auto, not numbered. Nice hit for the Braun Breaker spot. There's Kiana James on the refractor. Naomi, 17 out of 99 on the die cut. The Rock on the turn. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin, 4 out of 25. 4 out of 25. Xavier Woods on the uncommon. Showstoppers, that is the Hurricane. Josh Bridges on the rare. Scott Hall on the uncommon. 26 out of 149. Jade Cargill. 26 of 149. That is the turn of the Rock on the X-Fractor. Finishers of Sami Zayn. Kane on the uncommon. That's box 3. Box number 4. I would completely agree with you, Legs. I would completely agree with you. It is not the prettiest of cards. I agree. It is very difficult to see the names. The black and white, you know, it's a tough design. They definitely need to do something better with their next one. Oh, no. Okay, I thought that was a color blast. Nope, just 2 segments. Holy mackerel. That color blast. I don't know why I would say color blast, because this is tops. Here we go. Showstoppers, Rob Van Dam. Roman Reigns on the rare. Ren Sinclair. Happy Ren's Day. That is 187 out of 199. Booker T. X-Fractor of the Hurricane. Showstoppers. That is Dude Love on the full segment refractor. Sheamus on the uncommon. That is Noam Dar, X-Fractor. Showstoppers. That is a gold Showstoppers. 28 out of 50 of Jay. Yeet. Grayson Waller on the full segment refractor. Yeah. Dude, I just did a case of Panini, and so color blasts are on my mind. Oh my god, that would have been hilarious, to tell you the truth. All right, here we go. Second stack. How about a blue auto? 33 out of 75 of Solo. Solo Sikoa to 75. Give me a second, guys. Let me get these out of my way. Okay, here we go. We got the Rock on the refractor. Refractor of the Rock. We have Eric Bischoff, Easy E. That is 14 out of 25. Alexa Bliss on the full segment. Rob Van Dam, 13 out of 15. 13 out of 15. RVD. Ron Killings on the uncommon. That is Sol Ruka on the refractor. CM Punk on the finishers. GTS. 23 out of 75. Xavier Woods. That is Natalia on the uncommon. We should have one more auto, and we do. It's Elton Prince. Elton Prince. This one is not numbered on the auto. Elton Prince, not numbered. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 13 out of 149. Intimidators of Solo Sikoa. That is Paul Bearer on the rare. Paul Bearer on the rare. Road Dogg on the uncommon. All right, box number 5. Box number 5. I'm going to stay in the same case. I'm going to go case by case. So I'm going to stay in the same case. Box number 5. I'm sorry, Real Man. Who you got tonight, Real Man? Did you even tell me? The only person you PC? Alright. Jada? Okay. Jada every night. Okay. Got it. Let's get some Miss Parker for you. Come on. Here we go. Box 5. That is Javon Evans on the refractor. Javon Evans. Braun Breaker on the imitators. Kevin Owens, 13 out of 50. 13 out of 50. That is Tyson DuPont on the uncommon. Finest auto of Jasmine Nix, who's not even with the company anymore. That is a refractor auto of Jasmine Nix. Still a nice auto. How about Batista, 21 out of 199, 21 of 199. Showstoppers of Rey Mysterio. Jasmine Nix on the rare. Zarya on the uncommon. That is Angel on the X-Fractor. That is 30 out of 75, Miss Stacy Keebler. She's got legs. The Rock on the Showstoppers refractor. Tiffany Stratton uncommon. All right, second half of box 5. Here we go. Finest Moments Auto. That is Asuka. 68 out of 75. 68 of 75 on the X-Fractor. Finest Moments Auto. Asuka. Nice hit for the Asuka spot. Dude, that's sick. Roxanne Perez on the refractor. There's Charlotte Flair, 127 out of 149. Becky Lynch on the finishers. Otis, that is 15 out of 75. Carly Bright on the uncommon. Drew McIntyre on the Intimidators. Roxanne Perez on the rare. Ivy Nile uncommon. 28 out of 99, Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega. On the full segment, we got Bray Wyatt X-Fractor. Full segment, Bray Wyatt X-Fractor. DDP on the finishers. That is Sol Ruka on the uncommon. Box number 6. Box number 6. All right, box number 6. Here we go. Intimidators, Jade Cargill. That is a rare of Triple H. Triple H rare. Road Dogg on the uncommon. Charlie Dempsey, 80 of 199. That is the finishers of Shinsuke Nakamura on the X-Fractor. Shawn Michaels on the full segment refractor. Sami Zayn uncommon. That is Javon Evans. Javon Evans on the X-Fractor. Yeah, that's not numbered. Finishers, die cut of Rikishi. Stinkface for 38 out of 75. Jade Cargill on the Intimidators. Kane on the rare. Oh no, uncommon, excuse me, uncommon. Second half of box 6. Here's our auto. And that is Captain America himself, Kurt Angle. Olympic gold medalist on the finest auto. Not numbered. Kurt Angle. Behind that is Ricky Saints on the refractor. 81 out of 149. Excuse me, that's Finn Balor. Damon Dallas Page on the finishers. Brutus Creed, 8 out of 75. Natalia on the uncommon. That is Raquel Rodriguez. That looks gold. Is it? Where's the number on here? It is not. It's just a refractor. Bailey on the turn. There's a 7 out of 25 gold Charlotte Flair. Finest auto of Lash Legend. Lash Legend on the finest auto. This one again is not numbered. The Iron Sheik 152 out of 199. Showstoppers of the Rock. Luca Crucifino on the rare. Scott Hall on the uncommon. And that, my friends, is box number 6. Box number 6. All right, box number 7. Let's go, Bianca. Skelly is asking for Bianca Belair. All right, here we go. Box number 7. Box number 7. That is Eddie Guerrero on the refractor. Eddie Guerrero on the refractor. Kane on the Intimidators. That is Stone Cold Steve Austin, 4 out of 75. Sid Justice on the uncommon. First auto. How about Tama Tonga? Tama Tonga on the base auto. Very nice. Very nice hit. That is Austin Theory, 117 out of 149. Vader on the Intimidators. Eric Rowan on the rare. Miles Bourne on the uncommon. That is Dexter Loomis on the X-Fractor. Dude, that's a freaky looking picture right there. That's awesome. Dexter Loomis. That is a gold showstoppers of Rey Mysterio Jr. Rey Mysterio, 12 out of 50. China on the Intimidators. Alba Fire on the uncommon. Nice. 10-3 49ers. Woohoo! Halftime? Nice.
Oh, I don't know if it's halftime.
See, I get people bring me updates, guys. They're in the red zone. Nice. 75. All right, here we go. Oh. All right, here we go. Second half of box number 7. There is a redemption. That's Tavion Heights on the refractor. How about Master Gable? Chad Gable, that is 76 out of 99. 76 out of 99. About to be 13-3. Nice. Full segment of Kevin Owen. That's Carmelo Hayes, 41 out of 50. Behind Grayson Waller, we got our redemption, guys. Cruz Del Toro uncommon. Finishers of Kurt Angle, Damon Kemp on the rare, Io Sky on the uncommon. That is Becky Lynch, 74 out of 149. 74 of 149. That is an X-Fractor of Bailey. There's a Bailey out there. A Stone Cold Steve Austin on the turn. Michelle McCool on the uncommon. And that is box number 7. Box number 7. Oh, wait. That's not box number 7. You know why? Because we have a auto to do. I just had to mess with you guys. All right, redemption time, my friends. Redemption time. Finest Moments Signature Blue. Blue is the 75, I believe. Checkerboard parallel, which would be like this. Of L.A. Knight. Yeah. L.A. Knight on the redemption. Congratulations to L.A. Knight spots. And we are on to box number 8, which is our first case. We will be finishing our first case with this last box, number 8, right there. Box number 8. Dan, are you messing with me tonight, man? That's alright. You're allowed to, buddy. It's alright, my friend. I'm just messing with you. Alright, there's the final 6 boxes. We'll do a little zoom in for... That's too much. Do a little zoom in right... right about there for eBay. Get a little closer look at the cards. I do my best. Alright, my friends, box number 8, the end of the first case. Good luck on the last couple autos. Here we go. That is Karrion Kross on the refractor. Karrion Kross. Sheamus on the Intimidators. That is 5 out of 10. That is the APA Bradshaw. JBL or Bradshaw. Went by both names. There you go. Cody Rhodes on the uncommon. Our next auto. That is Tongaloa, excuse me. Tongaloa. We have now pulled Solo, Tonga, and Tongaloa. I think that's all the members that we can pull out of this case, or out of this product, right? That's all the characters from, I don't know, what are they called now? Keep changing their name. 33 out of 150. On the Tony D. Showstoppers of the Ultimate Warrior. Izzy Dame on the rare. Piper Niven on the uncommon. MFT, thank you. A Shortatonga. It's a Talatonga. Is Talatonga, though, in this product? I don't think he is. Drew McIntyre on the X-Fractor. How about the Miz on the Finishers die cut? That one is numbered 52 of 75. Cody Rhodes on the Showstoppers. Bianca Belair on the uncommon. Yeah, I didn't think Talatonga was in there, in this. So yeah, we've hit the whole family that we can hit for autos. That's pretty sick. The whole family is here. Kind of like Tony D'Angelo. You got Tonga? Congratulations, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, Myth. All right, last half of the first case. Here we go. Our last auto. How about X-Pac on the auto? That's a 54 out of 75 blue checkerboard auto. X-Pac on the auto. Congrats to the X-Pac spot. Then we got a X-Pac on the refractor. Rey Mysterio, 92 of 149. Finishers of Liv Morgan. That is Gunther, 23 out of 75. Axiom on the uncommon. Intimidators, Jake the Snake Roberts. That is the $1 Million Man on the rare. There's Kamala on the uncommon. How about Bradshaw on the die cut, 74 out of 99. X-Fractor of Alexa Bliss on the finisher, Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail. Miz on the finisher's refractor. Lyra on the uncommon. And that is your first case. Your first case. Not a bad first case. I've seen worse. And no dark energy in this one. What we got was a double vision. Double vision of Jacob Fatu. A numbered dude love would be appreciated. I know, Myths. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying. We got a whole nother case. Here we go. Let's go. 8 more boxes. Let's do this. This is box number 9. Box number 9. Box number 1 of case 2. Yeah, double vision is an SP. An SSP, says the real man. No Maxime Dupree, not yet. Alright, box 1 of case 2. Box 9 in total. Here we go. Refractor of KO. We got The Rock on the turn. X-Pac, or sorry, that's 6. 6 out of 75. Axiom on the uncommon. Holy mackerel, that's a nice one. That is a beautiful Julia. 3 out of 5 on the red. 3 out of 5 red of Julia. Julia. And our auto was right behind it, and it was Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods on the auto. We got Kevin Nash on the die cut. This one is numbered 47 out of 99. Hurricane on the Showstoppers. That is a rookie rare of Jordan Grace. Kamala on the uncommon. There is Lyra Valkyria. Sorry, I'm kidding. Lyra Valkyria on the X-Fractor. Diesel on the Intimidators die cut, 11 out of 75. Batista on the Intimidators. Lyra on the uncommon. No Jimmy Uso yet. None that I remember. Next auto. Wow. How about Uncle Howdy? Uncle Howdy on the auto. That is sick. That is sick. Nice. How about an Uncle Howdy auto? That's awesome. That is awesome. I've never seen an Uncle Howdy, and I've done about 6 cases of this stuff. Matter of fact, he really doesn't come out a lot. Ethan Page on the refractor, not that I've seen. 2 out of 199, Kevin Nash. CM Punk on the finishers. Gunther, 25 out of 50. Uncommon of Penta. He doesn't come out a lot either. Intimidators, Solo Sikoa. Tamatonga on the rare. Hulk Hogan on the uncommon. 11 out of 35. That is Ray Phoenix on the die cut. Ray Phoenix. On the turn, there's Bailey. Bailey on the turn. Full segment of The Miz. Raquel Rodriguez on the uncommon. Box number 10. Box number 10. Thank you, Joshua. Alright, box number 10 in total. Box number 2 of case number 2. That is Kane on the refractor. Full segment, that is Alexa Bliss. There's Ren Sinclair, 5 out of 20. 5 out of 20. Damian Priest on the uncommon. Next auto goes to Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins. On the finest auto. We got Asuka, 36 out of 199. 36 of 199. Rob Van Dam Showstoppers. There's Kendall Gray on the rookie rare. Angel on the uncommon. Roxanne Perez X-Fractor. Shawn Michaels on the turn, 15 out of 50. Austin Theory on the finishers. Roman Reigns uncommon. That is The Miz. The Miz, 5 out of 10 on the red auto. 5 out of 10 red auto of The Miz. Nice hit. Nice hit for the Miz spot. Stacks on the refractor. There's Psycho Sid, 144 out of 149. Stone Cold Intimidators. Jordan Grace, 57 out of 75 on the rookie. Triple H on the uncommon. Showstoppers, John Cena. Dion Lennox on the rare. Eric on the uncommon. Die cut, that's Trish Stratus, 83 out of 99. Showstoppers of The Rock on the X-Fractor. Bronson Reed, Intimidators Refractor. Rhea Ripley on the uncommon. All right. Box number, what is this, 11? Box number 3 of the second case. All right, Joshua. All right, box number 3, second case, 10 in total. Wait. This is the third out of that case. There's 8. This is number 11 in total. Box number 11. I can count, I promise. Becky Lynch on the finishers. John Bradshaw Layfield on the rare. Brutus Creed on the uncommon. There's Jacob Fatu, 114 out of 199. Yokozuna on the X Factor Intimidators. Finishers of Bianca Belair. Bray Wyatt on the uncommon. There's CM Punk on the X Factor. Finishers of AJ Styles, 18 out of 25. There is Lita, lovely Lita on the Showstoppers. Lash Legend on the uncommon. go. Next auto. Woo-hoo-hoo. Do I have to say anything else? John Cena. 15 out of 25 to the John Cena spot.
Number 13.
Thank you. Hold on, just take it all. Okay. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Go. Those have all got to be top loaded. Okay. Yeah, because you can't see it, Dan. Got it. There we go. 15 out of 25. John Cena auto. Congrats to the Cena spot. Alright, Seth freaking Rollins on the refractor. JC Mateo. You know what? I forgot about JC Mateo. We didn't pull his auto yet. 9 out of 25. I'm not sure if he signs in this or not. But there's JC Mateo. There's Showstoppers of Rey Mysterio. El Grande Americano, 13 out of 20. 13 out of 20. Seth freaking Rollins on the uncommon. Jacob Fatu on the refractor. Shinsuke Nakamura on the finishers. There's Kofi Kingston, 3 out of 50. 3 out of 50. Bronco Nima on the uncommon. Next auto, that's Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey on the auto. Finest moments, Charlie Dempsey. Ricky Saints, 20 out of 149. Braun Breaker on the Intimidators. Brian Pillman on the rare. Johnny Gargano uncommon. Box number 4. Box number 4 of the second case. Box number 12 in total. Sorry, Monica. All right, here we go. Box number 12. Box number 12 of 16. I know, real man. I know. I'm trying hard. I'm opening up every pack. Here we go. Box number 12. Finishers of Diamond Dallas Page. There's Jey Uso on the rare. Fatu on the uncommon. 39 out of 149, Rey Mysterio Jr. That is the turn of Seth frickin' Rollins on the X-Fractor. Bray Wyatt on the full segment refractor. That's Brooks Jensen on the uncommon. Rey Mysterio. This one is not numbered on the X-Fractor. That is a gold Intimidators of Uncle Howdy. 41 out of 50. 41 of 50. Big Boss Man Refractor. Boogeyman uncommon. How about this, guys? Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker on the auto. I believe that's the second Braun Breaker auto. I believe that's our second Braun Breaker auto. Yep, it sure is. Wow. Dexter Loomis on the refractor. 192 out of 199. That's Rikishi. Showstoppers of the Rock. That is Kamala. Kamala, 20 out of 25. There's Wendy Chu on the uncommon. John Cena on the refractor. Intimidators of Drew McIntyre. Nia Jax, 4 out of 75. X-Pac uncommon, or no, 6 uncommon. Masters Auto number 2 of Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier now has 2 autos. Another one. Another one. Yeah. Roman Reigns. That is 9 out of 35 on the die cut. The turn of Bailey. That is Liv Morgan on the rare. The Rock on the uncommon. Box number 13. Box number 13. This is box number 5 of the second case. Lucky number 13. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's get something for real, man. Here we go. Refractor of Chris Sabin. Showstoppers, that's Rey Mysterio. 46 of 75, there's Cactus Jack himself. Cactus Jack. There's Tiffany Stratton on the uncommon. Next auto. Looks like another red auto. Maybe. It is 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 red auto. You think it's Kehlani Jordan? Guess who it is? Kehlani Jordan. 1 out of 5. Woo. Nice hit. Bronson Reed, 53 of 199. Becky Lynch on the finishers. Razor Ramon on the rare. Carly Bright on the uncommon. Our dark energy goes to Kane. Kane on the dark energy. Full segment, Shawn Michaels. Akira Tozawa on the rare. Xavier Woods on the uncommon. Yeah, that was a sweet Kane. Yep. Die cut, 50 out of 99. That's Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid, 50 out of 99. Roman Reigns on the Intimidators X-Fractor. Kevin Owens on the Turn Refractor. Scott Hall on the Uncommon. Hulk Hogan on the X-Fractor. There's a Rock to 75. Die cut, 15 out of 75. Intimidators of Bradshaw. Ivy Nile on the X-Fractor. On the uncommon, excuse me. LA Knight. 21 of 149. Drew McIntyre on the Intimidators. That's Ivar. 25 out of 25. Sol Ruka uncommon. That is Charlie Dempsey on the Refractor. Our next auto, finest auto. Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. Nice auto. She's having a great 2025. Raquel is. She has been on fire for the company. That's a sick hit right there. 15 out of 75 of The Rock. Box number 14. 6 box of the second case. Box number 14. Here we go. There's the Iron Sheik on the refractor. Showstoppers of Asuka. There is Montez Ford, 3 out of 75. Kane on the uncommon. That is an auto of Ethan Page. Ethan Page on the finest moments. Carmelo Hayes, 140 out of 199. Jacob Fatu on the Intimidators. Maurice on the rare. Natalia on the uncommon. Finishers of Triple H. Solo on the rare. Ron Killings on the uncommon. Absolutely. I knew you were going to need them. $130 out of $199. That is Brinley Reese. Brinley Reese. On the full segment, that's Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller on the full segment. Finishers of Carmelo Hayes. Ren Sinclair on the uncommon. There's Asuka on the X-Fractor. Diesel on the Gold Intimidators. 17 out of 50. Showstoppers of Triple H. Road Dogg on the uncommon. That's our next auto. Road Dogg on the refractor. 140 out of 149. That is Kofi Kingston. Showstoppers of Charlotte. Angelo Dawkins, 1 out of 15. 1 out of 15 on the Attitudes. Sami Zayn uncommon. And our auto behind Miss Rhea Ripley. Is Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley on the auto. This one is a refractor auto. I don't see it numbered anywhere. Nice Fallon Henley auto. Really, Skelly? Yeah, I don't know. I've pulled Fallon's auto before. I've never pulled Jasmine Nix, so. Get some more of that. Get some more top loaders. And let's do it. 2 boxes to go. Box number 15. Yeah? Okay. If it's my day off, I don't watch our other channel very often. I mean, I do, but I don't. I mean, I go in for maybe half an hour or so, but maybe 15, 20 minutes, but I just got the new Pokemon ZA on the Switch too, so I have a little bit of other things to do right now, Skelly. All right, here we go, guys. Box number 15. Box number 15. Intimidators. There's Solo Sikoa. That is a rare Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Maxine Dupree on the uncommon. That is a die cut to 35 of Cactus Jack. 17 out of 35. Gunther on the X-Fractor Intimidators. Full segment of Dude Love. Dirty Dom on the uncommon. Ila Dragunov. Welcome back, Ila. X-Fractor. What's up, Kedrick? I got a nice die cut of Jade Cargill. 16 out of 75. Psycho Sid on the Intimidators Refractor. Tank Ledger uncommon. How you been, Ken? Oh, you're doing way better than last week? What was up last week, man? Was it talking about last week's break and you're doing better today? What did I do last week? A case of this and a case of Topps Chrome or something? I don't know. So, alright, we've got another redemption. I think we're going to just go ahead and do it because I think I saw it and I think it's going to be worth doing. Ooh, black parallel. Black is to 10 to 25, I think. 25, right on the black of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes on the black to 25, I believe. Nice. Nice. Cody Rhodes, black parallel. I think it's to 25, so it'd be like this one. Black. Nice. And Trick Williams from earlier. Dude. Nice. Well, I'm glad I got to pull one for somebody. I think that went to Joshua. Joshua should be happy. Charlotte Flair on the refractor. Austin Theory, 105 out of 199. Finishers of CM Punk. 45 out of 75, Lexus King. Apollo Crews on the uncommon. There's Naomi on the refractor. The Rock on the turn. 38 of 50. There's the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton on the uncommon. There's another auto right there. Showstoppers of the Hurricane. There's Adriana Rizzo on the rare. Elton Prince on the X-Fractor. I mean on the uncommon. Jesus, I keep doing that. That was sure needed. Alright, how about this die cut of Ivar? Ivar, 35 of 99. And our last auto of box number 15 is upside down. How about Tama Tonga again? Tama Tonga for the second time tonight. Yeah, no kidding, Blake. You're right, no Jimmy. Very, very, very interesting. But that's two Tamatongas. Shoot. Between Tamatanga, Tongaloa, and Jacob and Solo. Man. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. You're going to forget about today, man. I'm sorry, guys. We are down to 2 autos. That one box. I want everybody to win. You know that, guys. Everybody needs to win. Here we go. Box number 16. Last box of the break, guys. Right. Me neither. Me neither, bud. You get a full recap after this box. Full recap after this box. Here we go, guys. Let's do some squeezing. Here we go. Our first auto is here, it looks like. I'm going to save that pack. We're going to save that pack. We're going to sweat that auto. See who we can sweat it out to. Alright, here we go. There's Roddy Piper. The turn of KO. There is Dante Chen to 75. Natalia on the uncommon. There's our last auto. Put that there. Scoot these over so you guys can see. Each one of those packs right there has an auto. They are base autos, it looks like, so. That is Jay Uso on the X-Fractor. Die cut of Lex Luger. 25 of 75. Intimidators of Vader. Sami Zayn uncommon. Oop, that goes there. Really sexy Lexi. Hope you see your NXT boys. Alright, Jessica, hopefully. We got blue of Randy Orton. Randy Orton, 22 out of 149. That is a full segment of Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss on the full segment X-Fractor. Jesse the Body Ventura in the body shop. Sheamus on the uncommon. We got one pack to go, and then we got our 2 auto packs. One pack to go. Here we go, last pack. And then our 2 autos. Cactus Jack on the Intimidators. Jade Cargill on the Rare. Ren Sinclair uncommon. Alright. Auto number 1. Showstoppers. That's Triple H. A rare of Big E. Road Dogg on the uncommon. That is the British Bulldog to 10. British Bulldog to 10. That is Triple H on a die cut. Triple H die cut, 63 out of 99. And our auto. Good luck, everybody. Of Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser on the auto. British Bulldog to 10. That is sick, you guys. That is a sick hit. Last auto. Finishers of Carmelo Hayes. That is Typhoon to 15. Typhoon to 15. 10 out of 15 on this. Ron Killings on the uncommon. Bradshaw. That is Zoe Stark on the purple, 116 out of 199. Refractor of Rikishi. Our last auto. Looks like there's a little gold on there. It could be to 50. Looks like a little gold. Dominic Mysterio gold auto, 10 out of 50. Nice, Dominic Mysterio. Wow. This was a pretty solid break. Pretty solid break. Alright, guys. Recap time. Recap time. Here we go. Alright, to 199, we got Zoe Starks, Austin Theory, Brinley Reese, Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed, Rikishi, Jacob Fatu, Asuka, Kevin Nash, Tony D, Becky Lynch, Iron Sheik, Charlie Dempsey, Batista, Booker T, Naomi, Yokozuna, Jade Cargill, and Nikki Cross. To 149, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Ricky Saints, Psycho Sid, Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Charlotte Flair, Stone Cold. We got Jade Cargill, Alexa Bliss, and X-Pac. To 99. To 99. We have Triple H, Ivar, Psycho Sid, Trish Stratus, Kevin Nash, Bradshaw, Chad Gable, Zelina Vega, Naomi, and Batista is to 75. Batista is to 75. Along with the rest of these to 75. Lex Luger, Dante Chen, Lexus King, Jade Cargill, Montez Ford, The Rock, Cactus Jack, Nia Jax, Jordan Grace, 6. Diesel, Gunther, Miz, Stone Cold, Brutus Creed, Rikishi, Otis. We got Stacy Keibler. We got Xavier Woods, Kevin Owens, Gunther, Asuka, Stone Cold, and Gunther again. These are to 50. 50. We got Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Uncle Howdy, Kofi Kingston, Shawn Michaels, Gunther, Carmelo, Rey Mysterio, KO, Jey Uso, and JC Jane. To 35, we have Cactus Jack, Roman Reigns, and Rey Fenix. To 25, we have Ivar, Kamala, JC Mateo, AJ Styles, Charlotte Flair, Eric Bischoff, Stone Cold, Yokozuna, and Rey Mysterio. To 20, El Grande Americano and Ren Sinclair. To 15, Angelo Dawkins and Rob Van Dam. To 10, Typhoon and Bradshaw. To 5, British Bulldog. The British Bulldog was to 10. And to 5, we have Julia. Julia to 5. Our autos. Not numbered. This is Ludwig Kaiser, Raquel Rodriguez. We have twins of Nathan Frazier. We have Angelo Dawkins, Xavier Woods, Tongaloa. Tama Tonga as twins. We have Lash Legend, Kurt Angle, Jasmine Nix, Obafemi, and Sol Ruka. These are also not numbered. Our horizontal autos finest moments. That is Fallon Henley, Ethan Page, Charlie Dempsey. There's Uncle Howdy, Elton Prince, and twins of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker on the twins. Our numbered autos. These are to 75 blue. We have X-Pac, Solo Sikoa. This is Asuka. And then I have a redemption of L.A. Knight. Yeah. And that one is also to 75 blue according to the parallel. To 50, we had one gold auto, and that is Dominic Mysterio. To 25 black, that is Trick Williams. To 10 on the red, we have The Miz, and we have Kofi Kingston. We had a red auto to 5, and that was Kehlani Jordan. Our dark energy was Kane out of the second case. And out of the first case, we got double vision of Jacob Fatu. Our autos, the big boys. Finest black parallel to 25. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes on the redemption. But in person, live and in my hands, black finest parallel, 15 out of 25. John Cena. There you go. After this year, you won't be able to see him. You can't see him. So, guys, there's your break. I really appreciate you all being here. I want to thank you very much. I want to hope you guys hit something. If you didn't and you skunked, we will send you something in the mail. I appreciate you all being here. Have yourself a great night. Have a great week.